Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
How you doing? This is Influence back with another video. Today I got the BenQ TK800M. I'm going to unbox it. Let's get it going right now. This is a refurbished unit. You know, this projector is, a little older. I'm building my budget theater room and I wanted a 4K projector. This is one. It's a little bit brighter than I like, but we're gonna see if I can calibrate it to get a great picture. And for a budget, you got to mitigate your expectations because it is an older projector. It's not the latest specs. You can get a more color accurate projector in the maybe the HT 3550, I think, is probably a better projector for 4K. But let's get this out the box so you can see what it do. So here we are out the box, and again, this is factory refurbished. I've had great luck with factory refurbished stuff over the years and recently, so hopefully my luck continues. You get the remote. It looks clean. It looks maybe brand new. Maybe they gave you a new remote, I don't know, but I like it. You get batteries. They're definitely brand new, or shrink wrap, maybe not new. Get the power cable. And you get a 6-foot HDMI with Ethernet cable, which is the high-speed cable. I'm not even gonna open this because I don't need it. I already have a cable ran. And of course you get the projector. So this was billed as a gaming projector, so it's super bright, not the best color accuracy. Projector out the plastic, looks pretty new, looks just about like it's brand new. I don't really see any scuffs. Even the little plastic over the sensor, I think this is the sensor for they have dynamic iris, I believe, in this, or they might not, I don't know. Yeah, so you even got plastic over that. It's never taken off, or maybe put back on. Seems clean. You got this stuff here. I don't know what this is for. Need to read the book. You don't get the book, but you can just download it, so I'm sure that's why they didn't give you the book. Save paper. But then you have all the ports that you need. You got 2 HDMI ports, mini B. You got the RS-232 USB port. You got the PC port, audio in, audio out, and a 12-volt trigger. And you have a lock over here. And they have a football mode. That's what they was building this up as, like, oh, it's great for football mode. And yeah, so this is a 4K projector, uses pixel shifting. It's not native 4K, but it is super bright, and you normally don't get a great color accurate picture out of a super bright projector. But for now, this was cheap. You got the legs that extend, and you also have the mounting screws. So I'm gonna have to figure out. They look different than my other projector. Here it is on the ceiling mount. And let's talk about it a little bit. How long it takes to start up. Push power now. I don't know if you heard it. It just started coming on. Should be seeing the BenQ sign in a minute. Does take a little while to start up. There we go. and it's on now. I just had to push start to start my Fire Stick. Some footage while we talk about it for a little bit. Can't show too many moving pictures because I don't want to get copyright. And any lines you see, I can try to get those out by adjusting the speed of the camera. There we go. But any imperfections and lines you see is not on the actual machine. No Way Home. Oh, great, too, a dark scene. So this is dark scene. This works really well in complete darkness. Now blacks ain't super great, but it's not totally crushed. A little brighter scene. So this is just a YouTube video of some 4K content, and this has been filmed in 4K, but you know, you're not really going to be able to see. It's going to be a little different than being here. You can just get the idea though. And just to go over a little bit of things, does have a good extensive menu where you can change different things. Over brightness, contrast, color, tint, sharpness, and then you have the advanced. You got 3D, HDR10. You can do projector positioning, which you can do front, back, ceiling mounted or just regular mounted. Test pattern, trigger. You also got language, background color. You can change, like if you're projecting on a certain type of screen. Change the brightness, the actual lamp settings of the brightness of the HDR, and it's kind of a crapshoot sometimes. I can say that, like, some content seems better in like negative 2, say, brightness for HDR, but then some content looks better in positive 2. Some content looks better in 0. So if you don't mind like trying to kind of adjust, I know my equipment, I know when I'm streaming from the Fire Stick, I have at one adjustment because most of the stuff on there is different. I guess it's just different processing. I don't know what the problem is, but I mean, I don't even know if it's a problem. It could be just a limitation of the projector. The projector is pretty old. It's, you know, older technology. So if you're going to go this budget route, you got to make some sacrifices, and that's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway. The sacrifices I made, I don't see it as sacrifices because it's way better than the other projector I had. That is basically was probably the same price. And I know if I'm from the PlayStation 5, if I'm streaming stuff or playing games, it's a different setting. Like I have a little different setting because stuff looks better. Again, I think it's just the processing and the limitations of the actual projector. There's no dynamic iris on this. I know people, I don't know, some people think there is. I think this is the one that skipped, and then the ones that came after this started having it, and that could be the price too. That could be why the price is so much lower than some of the other projectors that are by BenQ, because they do have the dynamic iris and other stuff. But yeah, I've been using this now for a month, couple months, and almost 2 months, and I've been happy with it. Like I'm not gonna need an upgrade for probably a while, probably until I start to get this room together in a different way. I do, however, I will say in the daytime, let me turn on some lights so you can see the picture. This is almost complete darkness. There are lights on the other side of the room. But now I'm going to turn on Now I'm gonna turn on the lights in here or directly behind it so you can see a light directly in front of the screen. So I turned on the light. Let me turn it off. And you can see it's not a whole lot of change. The image does get washed out a tad bit, but it's not terrible. Turn on the other lights outside out there. And the way the projector is, that's the only thing that happens sometimes. There's shadows because the light is directly behind the projector. So it does make a little shadow of the projector, but other than that, you can see you can have lights on. Like somebody could be down here with the lights on at the workout room and it would still look great. Now in total sunlight, like in a living room setting, I'm not sure how well that would work because of course I've never tested it in that type of setting. I'm sure it will wash out a little bit because it's not like a short throw high intense projector, but it does have great lumens. All right, so that's just it for this. Just wanted to go over the unboxing and a little bit of what's going on with it, what I like about it. There's not much that I don't like about it because I don't know what I don't like. It's not, I think maybe the biggest thing is the fact that I need to adjust it with different content sometimes, which can become a pain. But I mostly watch the one thing, like I mostly watch the Fire Stick that has all the apps on there, and I play games, and the same settings is for games in both of them. The only time I have to turn the setting different is when I use a 4K actual disc in the PlayStation. Then the color kind of gets off. I don't know if it's just the amount of data or what, but then I have to adjust the settings a little bit to get it where I think it should be. Again, all settings are personal preference. They're just, you know, what your eyes think it should look like. All right, again, thank you for joining me, and I will get up with you in another video.
Ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high.